Calgary has not seen inventory levels like this since 2005. Hi, I'm Justin Haver with Justin Haver Associates, and I'm giving you guys a little bit of a market pulse of what's going on here in the Calgary real estate market. In November of 2022, we saw 1,648 properties exchange hands, which is down by about 20% or so since last November in 2021. However, these levels are still 12% higher than the 10-year averages. For the month of November, we only saw 1,611 properties enter the market, which is less than what the market was actually absorbing. So more homes are selling than new properties hitting the market, which leaves us with a very, very tight inventory level, as I said at the very start of this video, with only 3,110 properties available for sale as of December 1st. Now, keep in mind, there are a lot of factors here that obviously come into play when it comes to the inventory challenges that we're having here in Calgary, and that is simply, higher interest rate environment is having an impact and making some people perhaps pause and wait to see what's going to happen here in 2023 when it comes to interest rates and the real estate market. I think there's also another factor is that with lack of inventory, there's going to be some sellers that are not putting their home on the market because they cannot find the next home that they want to move into. So that is creating a bit of a challenge as well, because why would you put your house up on the market if you have nowhere to go? So one thing that some sellers could consider doing here, and I think if everybody did this, we could perhaps have a little bit more inventory in the marketplace, and that is put their property up for sale. Now, when they get an offer on the property, they can put in a seller condition for maybe a week or 2 weeks to secure their next home. Now, obviously, this is going to prevent them from becoming homeless. If they don't find their next property, then you're not going to sell your own home and become homeless. So this is one thing that you can do with your trusted advisor, is working through how to position yourself to perhaps get your house sold. And the beautiful part about this strategy is essentially that you now have a possession date that you have to work around for the sale of your home. So that way you can ensure that you align up the possession dates and it makes a much, much smoother move. Now, this is not a very common strategy. Obviously, the buyer would have to agree to you, the seller, having this condition in your offer. So it is a little bit more complex to ensure that these deals come together, because obviously once you have secured the home, it's still contingent on the buyer waiving all of their conditions, security, financing, and so forth. Looking into our inventory levels, Calgary is still on pace for a record year with the number of homes sold. I believe one of the factors that is really helping the Calgary real estate market, that is because Calgary is perhaps the best address in Canada. Alberta is having a banner year when it comes to international and interprovincial migration. Net migration was a whopping 3,225% higher in the second quarter of 2022 than it was during the same quarter in 2021. And almost 30% of those migrating to the energy province in the second quarter of 2022 came from other Canadian provinces, especially Ontario and British Columbia. Obviously, affordability is a huge driver in this, as we have helped hundreds of families from Ontario and BC this year who have chosen to make Calgary their new home. We're excited that more and more people are seeing the opportunities here in Calgary, and we welcome them with open arms. Now, obviously, with the net migration coming into Calgary, it is having a demand on the housing market and on the supply, and we foresee that this will continue to happen here into 2023. If you are someone who is looking to purchase or sell and buy, make sure that you reach out to us and visit us online at justinhaver.com or call us at 403-217-0003. And just remember, if you want to have access to sold data and see what your neighbor's house sold for, you can simply go to calgary.com and register there to get access to all the sold information in the marketplace. Thank you.